You know, one of the movies I've really had high on my radar has been Antoine Fuqua's rendition of the new biopic Michael, about Michael Jackson. I think the previews have been fantastic. I've loved the trailers. I've been really looking forward to seeing this movie. I've predicted this could solidly be, depending if the movie turned out great or not, but it could easily be $1 billion film. And I've stood by that, and I'm going to go see it tomorrow night. Got my tickets to an advanced fan screening tomorrow night. I know a bunch of you guys watching probably have tickets to that one too. Really looking forward to it. Well, the reviews are out. And despite the fact that this is one of those movies that critics love to love and have been really excited about and have been looking forward to, as of this recording, the Michael movie is holding a 31% on Rotten Tomatoes. By the time you watch this, might be a little lower, might be a little higher. Not good. Not good. We'll talk about maybe why, but here's what some of the critics are saying. We jump over here. We start with We Live Entertainment writes, it treats Michael with a high level of respect to a fault, barely skimming the surface of many of his more interesting ideas, and ultimately serves as a half movie. A half movie is a criticism we'll hear a lot of. Consequence wrote, this is a movie terrified to explore the interiority of its protagonist, and that approach will work just fine for the fans who just want to watch an uncomplicated ramble of a movie that plays all the hits. Jellyfish Films writes, it's impossible to picture anyone else in the role. Jaafar Jackson delivers a performance tailor-made for fans of the King of Pop. By the way, that is also consistent throughout all the reviews that I've read, was that everybody seems to think Jaafar Jackson did a great job in the movie. Anyway, our friend Fred Topple over at United Press wrote, far from the first musician biopic to use the familiar shortcuts and cliches to chronicle an artist's life and career. However, those cliches have gotten a lot funnier to notice since Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, parodied them in 2007. Film Verdict wrote, where Fuqua and his team are allowed to shine is the evocation of some of the most exciting musical moments from Jackson's career. But the rest of Michael is utterly empty, even by biopic standards. Lyle's Movie Files really liked it, said, this sparkly kid gloves treatment of a creative wonder kid whose own demons don't get explored in this chapter might be off-putting for some viewers, but for those who want to see the pop icon's early years, likely won't want it to stop. Movie Maker wrote, it basks, I should say, in the glory years, a greatest hits montage where we remember the King of Pop best. For some, that's more than enough to satisfy their need as a film, but one wonders whether Michael deserved a better biopic than this. A Film Maven liked it. They wrote, it's very much, I don't even know what to say about that. Hagiography, a swathed in glitter and flash, and in the moment, it does what it sets out to do. Just don't expect to walk away learning anything new. Only established Jackson fans need apply. And it goes on and on. Basically,
only established Jackson fans, so like a billion people.
Yeah, maybe more hardcore. Yeah. So the general sense that I got through reading, I didn't read through all 100 of them. I read through about 50, 60 of them. The general sense that I got was it's incredibly surface level. It doesn't dive deep into even that era's the person of whom Michael was. A lot of people criticize that it really does. Now, you understand the movie got chopped in half, but we've seen others do that and still make each movie feel like a complete movie. And a lot of people I've read were complaining it just feels very much like a half a movie. Doesn't feel like a full movie. A lot of people complaining about overuse of cliches. And again, just very surface level. But if you're just a big, huge fan of Michael Jackson, you want to go hear the big hits, then this might be enough for you. Look, I have not seen the movie myself. I am very excited to see the movie. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Like I said, Ann and I are going to go watch it tomorrow night. And the main reason I've had a lot of faith in this movie is simply because of Antoine Fuqua. I think he's a tremendous director. Not a perfect director. He hasn't made, not everything he's made that I love, but, I've got a lot of faith in him. So hearing these criticisms from people, by the way, a couple of these people I know have been dying to see this movie. Like, you got to understand, guys, like some of the harsher reviews are coming from people who were cheering hard for this movie, like really excited about it, and they walked away disappointed. And I don't know if I will or not. Maybe, hopefully I'll love it. But it makes me wonder, you can't look past the fact that this was a movie that was practically finished when they found out they had to scrap it and go back to the drawing board, because the Michael Jackson estate did an oopsie and forgot to tell the producers that they weren't allowed to use an entire segment of the movie in the movie. That was not the studio's fault. It was not Antoine Fuqua's fault. That was the Michael Jackson estate's fault. And they had to go back to the drawing board, re-envision it, ultimately deciding to make it 2 films, all that kind of stuff. And I cannot help but wonder, again, as somebody who has not seen the movie yet, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. But one can't help but wonder if, you know, Rob, if a lot of these criticisms come out of the fact that this was a movie that had a major wrench thrown in its gears in its life cycle of trying to come to the screen, and it got delayed and all that kind of stuff. So, or maybe it was just Antoine Fuqua having a bad day at the office. Every director's had one. I mean, I don't know. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Hims. I know a lot of us have weight loss goals, but actually hitting them, that's the hard part. Hims now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill at its lowest price ever and the Wegovy pen. And when combined with diet and exercise, Wegovy can help you lose up to 20% or more of your body weight by helping regulate your appetite so you eat less. You connect with a licensed provider who determines if treatment is right for you, and if prescribed, your medication gets delivered straight to your door, no insurance needed. Plus, you get 24/7 access to your care team and in-app support like meal plans, recipes, fitness videos, and more. Ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/Campea to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's HIMS.com/Campea. hims.com/Campea. Based on advertised cash price for a 30-day supply of medication only. Membership required, fee not included, and billed separately. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk AS. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information and restrictions, visit hims.com. Anyway, Rob, you've heard, you read through a bunch of these reviews. I know you've been excited to see this movie too. What are you thinking about what we're hearing so far? And what do you think might be behind that?
Well, I mean, if you really think about the period of time, I guess this movie covers his early years with the Jackson 5 and dealing with his abusive father, and it goes all the way up through Bad, which is Bad, I think, came out in 87. The album was released in 87.
Somewhere around there.
So it covers that period of time.
When did Thriller come out?
Early 80s.
It's like 84.
Okay, right.
Because I think it's 83. It was
Could
like
be.
there was Off the Wall, then there was Thriller. But you know,
82. November 30th, 82. So
okay.
just about 83.
Yeah. So the thing about that period of his time, I mean, yes, he has an abusive father, but Michael Jackson's life was pretty blessed. I mean, in terms of that period of time when he had the biggest albums in history and was making Thriller and was in Captain EO and did all this great stuff. Now, I understand. I mean, obviously, he had some image problems I know they deal with in the movie, like when he changed his nose and his skin issues and his identity issues and his plastic surgery and all that. Those would be interesting things to delve into that maybe came out of his perfectionism. But it's not like, you know, he spiraled into becoming a heroin addict, you know, or something like that. I mean, what happened later was sordid, and what really happened we'll probably never know. And it was unsavory. I just think this is a hard subject. I mean, you know, Johnny Cash sang Folsom Prison Blues. You know, he was always he was a different kind of a guy. So Walk the Line. But Michael Jackson, I think it's a harder thing to deal with because his public persona, until he had these issues, he was a superstar. I mean, he was like a god amongst men. So I don't know what more we're supposed to get because I don't know how much there was really under the surface to begin with in terms of the we're so used to, like you point out so often, and it's so true, musical biopics follow the same trajectory. And I noticed Graham King, who produced this, also produced Bohemian Rhapsody, and that movie was criticized for not being as hard-hitting or delving into.
Bohemian Rhapsody was a very well-received film.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
And but it also, it was also controlled by the band, by the rest of Queen.
Yeah.
And Graham King made it. And I'll tell you something, maybe this is a celebration of Michael Jackson's work and life.
I think it's basically what it is. I think you nailed it.
And I think in that case, I'm excited to see it because it looks like it's a beautifully crafted recreation of all these events that I lived through. And again, like you, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, but I still want to see it.
Yeah, this happens all the time. All of us as film fans are guilty of this. I'm already seeing people jumping to make excuses. Like I've seen the narrative going around about critics just wanted them to go into the legal accusations. And because they didn't go into that, that's why the critics didn't like it. Guys, I've read through a little over 50 of the reviews. I've not seen one critic mention that. Not one. Every critic is plugged into the industry, and they knew going into it that this movie happens before a lot of those events. So there's no reason it would have touched on that. Again, I'm not saying there are zero film critics out there that don't mention it. I'm just saying I've read through about 50 of them, and not a single one of them have said, I didn't like this because they didn't go into the legal accusations. Not a single one. So please stop making excuses. All right. Now, you may go see the movie and love it, and I may go see the movie and love it. I hope this is a situation like Venom, because remember, the critics didn't like Venom, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So hopefully that'll be here. But I mean, all I'm saying is, guys, remember, you're talking about, I know for a fact most of these critics wanted to love this movie, and they have been cheering for this movie. This is the type of movie that film critics love. This is their jam. This is their kind of thing. And if they're walking away from it, people who are excited about it and wanted to see it and totally understood it's about the first half of his career and all that kind of stuff, if they're walking away from it and saying, we didn't think it was very good, it does make me a little concerned. It makes me a little worried.
Questlove, who I am a huge fan of, and I have the utmost respect. He's got a new documentary coming out, I think, about Earth, Wind, and Fire. I can't wait to see. He made a post, I believe it was on Facebook, that was very complimentary and spoke in ways about why this movie is important and what it represents and how it celebrates the work and the art, that I thought was pretty good too. And so, I trust in Questlove.
Yeah. So again, I'm excited to see it. I've been excited to watch it. I'm still excited to go see it. I will go in with my expectations tempered a little bit. Again, listen, not a lot of movies go through the type of drama that this movie had to go through to get made. Like literally finishing filming and then having to scrap the entire third act and go back and redo everything. And then dividing it into, I mean, I don't know how you do it. I think if this movie's any good at all, it's a miracle.
And it's two studios. It's Lionsgate and Universal. And I'd love to see this movie do well for both of their sakes.
Yeah, I have a lot of excitement to see it. So, but again, if the main thing I'm worried about is when they talk about that, it just feels very thin, that it's very cliche heavy, that it doesn't feel like a complete movie. Those are the criticisms that concern me a little bit. So
yeah, I mean, I just hope it doesn't stop till it gets enough box office.
Nice.
When you're only having seconds, it's having 23rds.
Oh boy.
But here's another question too. I've been predicting that Michael would be $1 billion film. I might not get to that level, but I think the $1 billion mark to become the highest grossing biopic in history. I've been predicting Michael can be that movie. But I've also always said it kind of depends on how good the film is. I mean, obviously, if the film's really good, it can go way beyond it. If the film's not so good, maybe it falls short. And now I'm worried a little bit. I mean, listen, this thing is still going to this thing's going to have a huge opening weekend. Huge. But what kind of legs will it have? Will people go back to see it 2 or 3 times? I just don't know at this point.
I think that people are going to go, and I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes a family hit, that people are dancing in the aisles, because it celebrates the king of pop. It doesn't celebrate the beleaguered, troubled, lawsuit-ridden guy. I mean, it celebrates that. It's a celebratory movie.
Well, I don't know if it is because I haven't seen it.
Well, yeah, but it seems to be.
Yeah,
to be
that's
it.
what
Like
it
at
seems,
least
yeah.
everything that you look, all the stuff that's recreated. You know, I don't know if they're going to show us his hair catch on fire in the Pepsi commercial shooting, whatever. But I do think that a lot of people are going to rediscover Michael Jackson. I think kids are going to go and see this who don't know much about Michael Jackson and probably rediscover all of his works. I wouldn't be surprised if the Spotify playlists are choked with Michael Jackson songs in the next couple weeks. Maybe.
I don't know if a lot of kids are going to go see this. I mean, I never thought a lot of
Their
kids
parents are going to take them.
I think the parents are going to leave them at home and go out to see them in droves. I think if the parents are going to take them to see anything, they're going to take them to see Mario Brothers. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, listen, I'm still excited to see it. I'm just going to temper my expectations a little bit, and I'm still going to go in. I fully trust Antoine Fuqua, and hopefully this will end up being the movie that I'm hoping that it is. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? A very pro Michael Jackson film critic base is not loving the movie. Does that give us some cause for concern? Maybe yes, maybe no. I'll find out for myself when I go to see it tomorrow, as I'm sure many of you will as well. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.